So let's begin by drawing this object. This object is in 1/8 inch scale, and I'll tell you exactly what the size is so that we could all draw it together, okay? First of all, zoom kind of into this area right here, the X, Y, and Z coordinate, okay? And we have a grid that is supposed to be 10 foot by 10 foot, right? And we have another grid, so two of these are going to be 20 foot by 20 foot. So in this area, we are going to draw our first bottom cube. Okay, and that bottom cube is actually 18 feet by 18 feet by 18 feet. Now there's a particular way that that FormZ would want you to input that specific dimension. First of all, go to the Draw One tool over right under the Pick tool and go to Rectangle. Select that tool and then hover over your center, the origin point. Make sure that you have your snap on, okay, so that soon as or the grid snap on, so that as soon as you zoom or as soon as you click on that area, even if you're a little bit off, it's going to go right to that 0, 0, 0. Okay, and notice that without touching the mouse buttons, you could stretch the spacing of the plane that you're making. And also notice up here what the size of the length and the width of the object that you're making as well. Okay, and the purple line here, it means that it's going to go directly 1 to 1, at 1 to y, 1 to x coordinate. Okay, so you can use your snap setting and try to find a section that says 18 foot, 18 length, 18 width. Okay, for some of us it's a little difficult to do. I don't know if it's I don't know if we just don't have the accuracy to operate the mouse that way. But in that case, right where it says length, notice that the number is in blue, right here. So in length, we type in 1/8 foot. That stands for 18 foot. Now don't touch your mouse while you're doing this. Okay, that's one key important thing, because if you do, that's gonna take away your input right away. And for us who begin using these programs, it is just the most frustrating thing, because you'll have one hand on the mouse and one hand on the keyboard, and then you'll type in 18 or 18 foot, and then you move the mouse a little bit. Oh man, it's all screwed up. Okay, but you'll just kind of get used to it. So let go of the mouse while you're trying to input the number. 18 foot length. When you want to input the width, hit the tab key, and that tab key will move you over onto the width column, and in the width column type again 18 feet. Enter. And then that area changes from length to width to a height. Notice that? You could go for negative width, or negative height, or positive height. And in that, again, if you let go of the mouse and type in 18 feet, you got yourself a cube that is 18 feet. Okay. Now, if your object is way off on the side, again, you can click onto this little icon, and it'll give you right to the center of your object. Okay. Either that, the mouse, the scroll button works as a zoom, and wherever the center of the cursor is where it's going to start zooming to, in or out. Okay. Again, pan is the right button, or I'm sorry, orbit is the right button. If you hit the shift key and the right mouse button, you can pan, and that's what we set up, in the very beginning, right? And this way we can navigate through our model. All right. Okay. Now notice that we have these arrows on our model right now. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Right now, if you grab these arrows, you can change the dimension of these platonic solids. Okay, for the other weird shapes, you cannot do that. But if it's these, if it's like these simple shapes, primary solids, you will be able to adjust the dimension just by pulling on the arrow. But we don't need to do that because we did ours perfectly, right? So you can hit either the escape key to get out of it, or you could hit the pick key and pick button and then select somewhere on the screen, and that'll also get you out of that area. Okay, now we're going to draw the next box, and that box is 36 inch by 18 inch, I'm sorry, 36 feet by 18 feet by 18 feet tall. Now, but this is stuck on the midway point of our first box, right? So there's several different ways to do this, but I'll show you an easy way. One of the way is to draw this box somewhere on the ground and then move it over into place. Another is to draw all the squares that you see in the plan, and then just extrude those up to the right height, and then move those up to the right location. Okay, since we have this object already, and I guess if we have it, we're going to measure it and then draw from the measurement. We're going to try to find this point right here, which is about right here where the second box intersects with the first box. Okay, so what we're going to do is to set up a little guideline. Okay, and the guideline is going to be 12. Let me move this over so that we see it a little better. 12 feet. If we measure this, it'll be like 12 feet over in this direction and 9 feet over in this direction. Okay, so we're going to draw a guideline, and the guideline tool is this guy right here, right next to the pick button. Okay, so select the pick, or select the guide tool, and then notice that if you hover the cursor over a plane, a reference plane gets attached. If you hit F5, it's going to lock that reference plane. Okay, if you hit F5 again, it's going to release. What we want to do is to select the top plane. So you can hover your cursor over and hit the F5 key, or just be careful about it when you're working, and then find the edge of your object, and then hit the corner like so. Okay, so click somewhere on the edge and click the end, and if you do need to lock the reference plane, you can do so. Okay, and then same thing, we can make another guideline from the back line here. Whoops, escape, from the back line to that. Okay, so there's a guideline there and there. Once you have the guideline set, we're going to move this guideline. There is a move tool. Let me close some of these tools that I know I'm not using so that we can see some of the bottom parts that we do need to get to. There's in the palette, there is towards the bottom, it says T-form. Okay, T-form is transform. If we open that up, you see the first tool in there is move, rotate, and then I scale, U scale, mirror, and transform and all that stuff. Okay, what we want to do is to go to move. Okay, and notice, pay attention to the palette side. as soon as you click on the Move tool, whoops, notice that tool options pop up. Okay, what that means is that you're going to move that object, that single object right there, perpendicular to the reference plane or parallel to the reference plane. You have all these different settings. Okay, these guys right here are going to be other settings that says, okay, you can copy one or copy multiple or copy within the division spaces. Okay, multi-copy and all that. What we're going to do is to, for now, I think we'll do it one way, and then for the other one we'll do it another. For right now, keep this as one. Okay, keep as self, and then select your guideline, and notice with the guideline you will have right now my vertical grid is locked. If you have this blue line on here like this with a little arrow, if you hit the control key, that'll release the vertical and we'll go to the horizontal. So you have the green axis, the red axis, and if you hit the control button you have up and down, right? Right now we want side to side, so we release the vertical hold and go towards the side, and that's that side we're gonna move 12 feet. So let go of the mouse and then type in 12 feet. Enter. Okay, we'll do the same thing with the other guideline, and go select that, go follow the green axis point, and that one we'll put as 9 feet. Okay, so now we have a cube with these guidelines on here that we drew along the corner, but then we moved towards the inside, and with that we can draw from that point. We can start drawing the next cube. Okay, and how do we draw the cube again? If we need to move, we're going to pan this out a little bit. To draw the cube again, same process. The draw button, or the draw rectangle, go hover towards those guidelines that you just made, right? And then click there. So we're going to do a draw a rectangle again, and we'll go right to the intersection of guidelines that we drew. Okay, and that dimension is, what was it, 36 by 18. So what we want to do is type in the length, and if you ever get confused in which side is what, just look up here. The long side is supposed to be a 36. You type in 36 feet, tab, and then it's asking for the width, which is 12 feet. Enter, and then it's going to ask for the height. The height we know is going to be 18 feet. Let me check that. Height is, wrong scale, 18 feet. Okay, so type in 18 feet, enter, and now we have that box right on top of the other. Now, just like how let's escape from that. That way we can have the box the way it is. And notice that our box, this guy is intersected with the first box, right? So all we have to do is move this guy down. So the move, just like how we moved the grid, we are going to go to the transform tool, move, select one of the corner of the cube, and this time I'm stuck on the XY plane, right? To change that, I hit the control tab, and now it's on the blue axis, which is the Z coordinate, and I'm going to point my way down, and that is supposed to be, let's see, 9 feet down. So I'll type in 9 feet, enter, and there I have the two connection. Okay. I don't have to do this, but I'm gonna erase the guideline that's there right now. Select the pick tool, go crossing, and then hit the delete key to erase. Okay, so now we're gonna do the guideline tool again to make this the third box. All right, the third box, what we're gonna do is to select the guideline, and that thing is going to be 6 inches away from this edge, or not 6 inches, 6 feet away from this edge, so it'll be 6 inches away, and then it'll have 12 feet and 6 feet away from the other direction. So if you could follow me, select, be on the top plane, and then select that line. It's getting hard for me, so I'm gonna lock the this reference plane by typing the F5 key, and now I can hit that corner and that corner. Okay, and then while I'm at it, I will hit that corner and that corner. Okay, release the F5, and now I have two guidelines from that corner. I'm going to move those guidelines using the transform move tool. I'm still stuck in the XY or Z coordinate, so I'll hit the control key to let go, and I'm gonna move that way 6 feet. Okay, I don't have to do this, but well, let's do it anyway. This guy, I'm gonna now. Oh, let's do this first. Sorry. Go to the other guideline, and then move that 6 feet the other way. 6 feet. Okay. We're still in the move command, right? Right now we've just been moving grids. If we select the other tool right next to the tool option of the single, it'll say copy one. Okay, so if we press on this button, and now we hit this this guideline, and we'll put that to 12 feet, enter. Notice that it made a copy of the original. Okay, so all these other tools kind of works the same way. One works to just make one copy, another makes to work, make multiple copies, and then this one basically divides the length by how many copies that you want, and this one repeats the copy. So if I selected that one and just hit enter, it'll copy this piece this object the same distance as this piece over and over and over until I say stop. Okay. So let us build this third box. Now we're going to draw the third piece, and the third piece is going to be 12 feet by 18 feet. Again, draw the rectangle, and first dimension is 12 feet. Tab, and then the next dimension is the 18 feet. Enter. Okay. This, we could measure the whole thing up, but we'll try it another way. Okay. So if we measure just the part that's above this second box, that would be 9 feet. All right. So if we type in 9 feet, enter. Okay. And with that. Oops. With that, we have this thing that's hanging, right? Now we're going to use this other tool right here, which is the Reshape Tool. And the 12 by 18 by 9 feet. Now what this reshape tool does is to let you change the dimensions or change the shape of your already established box or already established object. So hit the reshape, and if we hover over a plane, you notice that it'll get highlighted, right? So the bottom will highlight the third box, the bottom of that plane, and then drag down. If you don't have have it set to the Z coordinate, just make it so. And we're going to go down 21 feet. Okay, so that's one way to make that that shape. Okay, and let me select the guidelines and erase them because I don't think we need them anymore. Okay. Okay. We'll keep it here for now. Actually, yes, we'll keep it here for now because the video is running too long.